How can you not be entertained by hockey? The Edmonton Oilers, they win game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals 4-3 at home in Edmonton against the Florida Panthers, where they take a 1-0 series lead. This game started off extremely well for the Edmonton Oilers. 66 seconds into the game, who else? Draisaitl shot from the point from Wallman, who had a very struggled game today. He kept on getting hurt. He went to the bench in pain, but he suffered through it all. He made it through the rest of the game. But the shot from Wallman, it bounces off of a couple bodies. Bobrovsky, he is scrambling, and then it lands on the stick of Draisaitl. And who else would you rather have in the game with the puck on his stick to get the 1-0 lead, except for Leon Draisaitl? The first period, it is very high intensity, very entertaining hockey. It seemed like there were a lot of nerves that were going on in the game. Both teams struggled to get a groove going. Obviously, the Oilers scoring 66 seconds into the game did help them get into that groove, but it did seem like both teams were nervous to make a mistake. They were a bit jittery, I would say, but there were a bunch of penalties that went either way. Tripping here, tripping for both teams, actually. There was just silly mistakes all over the ice, but then it finally seemed like things were calmed down. How can you not be a little bit jittery after the intros, after the anthems, after the cup being on display for all to see? This is what is worth playing for, as Survivor host Jeff Probst usually says. Sam Bennett, he scores in the first to make the game 1-1. I didn't realize that the puck went off Bennett in the long run, but the NHL app at the time of I'm recording this says it is a Bennett goal, so we will go with that. Verhaeghe, he comes right down into the slot, takes the shot along the ice. It sneaks past Skinner and into the back of the net. But there is a little bit of controversy in this one because it does look like Sam Bennett bumps into Stuart Skinner, and Skinner is unable to make the play due to that fact. So the Oilers, they then... I'm out of breath. They then challenge the goal for goaltender interference. It doesn't take long. Wes McCauley says there is no goaltender interference, and due to that blunder, the Oilers have to go on the penalty kill because of a wrong coach's challenge. I thought it would have been goaltender interference, but it did see... it is tough because after review, it does look like Kulak does a little bit of a slew foot. It does trip Bennett, but Bennett, being Bennett, he knows what to do, and he falls drastically into Skinner. Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. As soon as the Oilers had decided to do that 2-minute challenge, I told my wife, I'm like, if the Oilers get this wrong, the Panthers are going to get the power play, and they are going to score on it. And what happened? Oh boy, do I wonder. It didn't take long on the power play for Marchand to score on the left-hand side, the glove side of Skinner. His 5th of the playoffs makes it 2-1 for the Florida Panthers heading into the second. It was an absolutely gorgeous pass from Nate Schmidt from the point. He sent it across the ice, across the zone. Marchand, he two-touched it, like you say in soccer or football, but he touches it twice. He roofs it. He lifts it just over top of Skinner into the back of the net. 2-1 Panthers heading into the second period. In the second, it seemed like both teams had settled into the game. It was good, clean hockey for the most part, but the only thing that happened was a second Sam Bennett goal, his second of the game, and 12th of the playoffs. He's having a phenomenal playoffs. This guy is going to get paid big time in the open market in the summer, but that is a month away from now. That's a whole different problem. I guess today is June the 4th, so less than a month until free agency opens. So Nate Schmidt, he skids it over the ice. He roofs it to Sam Bennett. Oh, no, sorry. Schmidt. I'm talking a different Schmidt play. Schmidt, he's odd man rush. He slides it over to Bennett. Bennett kind of on a odd man breakaway kind of thing. He then dekes it, roofs it past Skinner. 2-1 Florida Panthers. That's wrong. That goal made it 3-1 Panthers, but we head into the third period. We're 3 or so minutes into the third period. Victor Arvidsson, he takes a slap shot. It goes past Bobrovsky, and this is the kind of goal that you kind of hope that you would say you kind of want to save from Bobrovsky on that one. I know he's gotten peppered a lot with shots in this game, but it's a tough one. Bob usually would make that kind of save any day of the week, but this is the one time it doesn't happen. It is 3-2 for the Panthers still, but the Oilers, they're starting to dominate. They're starting to gain pressure. And yeah, it was just a good goal by Arvidsson. Bobrovsky wishes he had it. But Colson, maybe him kind of skating nearby Bobrovsky got his eye off of it quickly. But it's 3-2, and the Oilers are gaining momentum. Later on in the third period, McDavid, he is speeding into the offensive zone, plays a 1-2 touch with Kasperi Kapanen, which is killing me because Kasperi Kapanen, speak slower, Nick. Kasperi Kapanen, he is looking awesome this game, laying hits all over the ice, and he plays a 1-2 touch with McDavid. McDavid, he goes towards the net, flicks it backhand into the front of the net, and that is exactly what you need to do when you're trying to cause mayhem, because you never know what is going to happen. This is what I scream from the rooftops about when I'm trying to cheer on the Leafs. Put it towards the net, because you don't know who's going to bounce it in. McDavid, he puts it towards the front of the net. It doesn't touch anyone. It slides out close to the point, probably halfway between the net and the point. Ekholm one-times it, toink, into the back of the net. Beautiful goal by Ekholm. 3-3, tie game. Ekholm's first goal of the playoffs because he was out for such a long time. And what a moment to do it in. Ekholm ties it 3-3. We are headed to overtime. Overtime is back and forth for the most part. Oh, before I talk about overtime, the Oilers, they outshot the Florida Panthers 14-2 in the third period, dominated the third period, but in overtime, it was back and forth. Both teams had momentum in both ends, offensive and defensive zone. Then it was just back and forth, good hockey, nothing too much going on. Both teams had good chances, nothing too crazy. But with less than 2 minutes left, I had a friend from Michigan text me, what do you think is going to happen? I said the Oilers are going to score with 2 minutes left in the game, or they're going to win it in overtime. They didn't do it. The game's now in overtime, and with less than 2 minutes left in overtime, McDavid, no, that didn't happen. Thomas Nosek of the former Vegas Golden Knights, now on the Florida Panthers, he puts it out into the crowd, and it is a penalty for delay of game. You can see the dejection in his eyes because he knows that he has made a fatal error, and boy did he ever. It kind of looks like the Panthers are going to escape this unscathed, and we are going to head into double overtime, but the Oilers, they gain possession in the offensive zone. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins makes a very nice pass back to, who was it? Corey Perry. Perry, beautiful behind the back pass to McDavid. McDavid looks up. Guess who's wide open in front of the net? He lifts it. He lifts it past a sprawling Florida Panthers defender stick. Draisaitl one-times it into the back of the net. Amazing, beautiful pass from McDavid. It was a team effort on this play. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to Perry to McDavid to Draisaitl. Boom! 30 seconds left in overtime. We got a 1-0 series lead for the Edmonton Oilers. What a game this was. There were no passengers in this game. Everybody played their part, but I'm going to give a special notice to Kasperi Kapanen. It looked like he was out there every other shift for the Edmonton Oilers, laying the body. He had a breakaway. He almost won the game earlier in overtime, but I'm just going to give him my flowers for this game. I noticed him a ton in this game. Let me know who you enjoyed watching in this game. It was a phenomenal game one. Can't wait to see what happens in game two. We will talk to you on today is Wednesday. We'll talk to you on Friday for my predictions, and then we will talk to you Friday for the recaps. Have a great day, y'all. Or I guess it's 10:30. Have a great night, y'all. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.